Hi, welcome back to another video. This also is not a duel. I am still questing through Celestia and getting my spells and getting some gear and doing what I need to do to get back into the arena. So, taking a little time to do some walkthrough requests from subscribers to help out a little bit with questing, maybe know what to expect when they get there, or for people that haven't seen it, can just get a little look and see, what they might want to subscribe to later. This is actually Big Ben. It is the last instance, I guess you call it an instance, or maybe it's a tower more like, in Marleybone. You actually finish Marleybone after you do this quest. If you still have storyline quests, you can still get here without finishing all the quests that are side quests, but you might as well, I guess, do them all and save from coming back later. I made that mistake with my wizards and just kind of did all the story quests and then come back later and looked for side quests. It actually went pretty fast when I did that because I was already a Grandmaster, so either way you do it is really not a big deal. But like I said, this is the end of Marleybone before you move on to the next world. This wizard was actually a Grandmaster before Dragonspire was released. I hit Grandmaster in Mushu, actually after Mushu, by just different battles and different places to get experience. So I still had actually a quest in here. I still have quite a few quests that aren't finished, little quests, and I have a feeling that that will also happen in Celestia because I was just so far ahead. I was already Grandmaster before Dragonspire was released, so all the quests I did there, basically I got no experience for. So I'm going to finish up, I guess, a little quest in here that I had still left. This is not really a lot of fighting. I chose to use this wizard because I knew it would be fast. I wouldn't have to really heal much. And I could just go and use a scarecrow all the way through, but you can still see what's in here. I think I counted 14 or 15 floors there are on this, in this tower. I think a couple floors don't have anyone to fight. One is a puzzle. I think one is just kind of an empty room that you can get a little bit of mana back if you need it. Going through here at the Marleybone level, which is about, I guess if you do all the quests, it's about 35, maybe between 35 and 40 level that you hit this instance. So it's a lot different when you come in at a lower level, but like I said, I don't really have any wizards that level anyway, so I just decided to use my first wizard, my favorite wizard, to go through here for the walkthrough. A lot of these mobs are just like basically the mobs that you fight out on the streets for quests. They're not really hard, but they do kind of sometimes do some annoying things like tower shield or weakness. I did not see... I went through here basically taking everyone out in 2 turns, so they didn't have a chance to really shield a lot unless they did it on that first turn. So basically throughout most of the mobs I just threw on a death blade and just kind of took them out to keep going. Going solo through here really wasn't that difficult, but it did take a little bit of time. I think this is the 5th or 6th floor where you see the first boss. 1,000 health. It's not really that bad, I guess, especially when you come in with more than one person. But also keep in mind, the more people you have, the more mobs you have. I think 2 people you get 3, and of course with 3 or more, then you have the whole full circle filled over there with little guys to try to beat. Not a lot really happens. There's one of the balance shields that I started talking about. I didn't really get far enough into the turns to see if they used a spirit shield or not, the life, myth, and death shield. So when you come in, that might be something that they do. There's a little annoying little weakness there that they did. And of course, my sweet little baby dragon gave me a fire blade, even though I'm not fire. He's still a little sweetheart. So I'm gonna fight these guys. I'm wearing Celestia gear. just because, I don't know, I was tired of wearing all the Dragon Spire gear for so long. So I don't really have any resist on this. I'm not using my Celestial Wand for critical hits, really. There are 3 cartons of milk. As you can see, I just kind of kicked that one over, that you'll come by when you do this. So if you want an extra boss on this last level before the end, then you can kick those over, and he drops a couple things. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm saying random weird things as I go up, and no, I'm not talking to myself. I'm actually, there's a little puzzle that you need to look at, and I'll tell you after this fight, so that first of all, you don't think I'm crazy by saying snowflake and bird at random, and second, to let you know what that's for and where you can see it. This is probably one of the most annoying little fights that you'll get to with the 2 life spiders. For a death wizard, obviously they're going to use a death shield, and that gets a little bit annoying, which is fine. But also, after a few rounds of the fight, they've also been known to heal themselves and throw on an absorb shield. So I'm really not sure of anyone that likes spiders, and especially after fighting these spiders, I just like spiders even less now. These are really creepy because they actually look like a real spider, so I'm not a big spider fan myself, but these are annoying in this battle. So as you can see, they've used 2 death shields so far. I already had on my blades, so I just went ahead and hit them. Got rid of one, took a little bit of health off the other ones. One already started healing this cat, so I'm going to have to take him out eventually after he stops healing. Go ahead and hit this spider, get it out of here before it starts healing too, and using absorb shields. Absorb really doesn't matter, but I don't like the death shields. It kind of just makes it just take longer. I'm going to put a poison on that one so that it just goes away soon, and even if it does shield, it's not a problem. Just kind of hoping it doesn't shield this cat, but it's out before it can do that. With ice wizards, I guess they're wizards, but with ice mobs, always you have to worry about the tower shielding. It does become kind of a pain sometimes. I ended up, when I came in here, again, I didn't really notice until I got kind of a couple floors in, but I got lucky with going first, so I didn't really have to worry about that. I could kind of see what they were doing before they did it. I'm going to hit him a couple times with the wand, get his health down a little, until I get another attack. This is probably, besides a boss fight, this is probably the longest fight, just like I said, because of the death shields and that kind of thing, and I don't have any resist on this gear, so, you know, I don't really think I have to worry about getting beat, but like I said, I'm actually coming in here at a way higher level than you would normally do this instance. We'll go ahead and put on a blade. I don't need it to take him out, but before I go to the next floor, I kind of like to get a little bit of a heal, so that's what I'm going to do with that. He's shielded, like I said, with little ice tower shields that they love to do, so before I go up to the next floor, I'm going to give myself a little bit of heal. It doesn't hurt. I'm trying to get through here as fast as I can and not have to worry about what's going to happen at the next one. Here, right here by the door, you can see that there's a little plaque that's lit up. You might have to pause it because it's kind of moving a little bit fast, but start paying attention to those early and write them down, because there's a little puzzle right here, and you do it in the order that it comes in. I think it's like snowflake, bird, dog, moon, or something like that, and you have to do it in order so that you can use this little lever and the door will open. So there's the snowflake. I'm going to come over and look around. If you step on the wrong one, you have to go back and turn them off and start over again. So it helps to just kind of do it right the first time and kind of go slow. I'm doing this pretty late at night when nobody's really online to be chatting with me, or like popping in with a quick teleport to say hi and bringing more guys to fight. So I just want to kind of get it done. I wasn't really thinking when I came in here. I should have put in just a couple on this floor, just a couple of prisms, but really their resist is not high like a boss fight, so it really kind of doesn't matter. right here I don't really have much to use, so I just throw in a tower shield. Kind of give them back a little bit what they do to us, so make it a little difficult for them to hit, although they don't really care. They hit anyway with it. They're not too skilled, but they're not afraid to hit, so I'm going to go ahead and use my Scarecrow again, like I've been doing through most, and just take it out. The resist was high enough that it left a little bit of health on this death guy, girl, whatever it is, so I'm going to take it out with a wand and keep going. I think I've spilled one milk so far. There should be another one coming up. Maybe two. Okay, there's the next one. Another death wizard, and another time I just kind of went through, not really worrying about putting the prisms in. It'd probably be a little bit faster, but it's not really that big of a deal. When you're dealing with balance mobs, they get a little bit feisty and throw on those tri-shields, so that's something else you kind of need to like watch for. And their weakness too. They like to do the little weakness. They think they're little duelists and want to kind of get on your nerves, so you kind of got to take them out and just get it over with. So there's my Scarecrow. Take that one out. Left the death guy or girl, whatever, with a little bit of health still, so I'm going to just use a wand and get rid of that. And they're out. I'm going to go ahead and run over here and spill this next milk. This cat's kind of getting mad. He's going to tell me, you know, I better not. He called me a milk spiller, which is kind of rude for a cat to do, but, you know, cats like their milk. I guess that's fine. I'm going to throw a couple prisms in here at this point so I can just get this over with as quickly as possible. On some floors, you may have just a couple guys to fight, even if you're in here by yourself. Other floors, you might have more to fight, so just check them out before you go through, I guess, and see what they are. I wish I could tell you that they use the spells that of the kind of guy they are, but they don't. Some of them kind of throw stuff at you that's not the same, so I think you got a fire guy later using the death spells and stuff like that, so they try to be a little tricky with you, but it's not really that big of a deal. Yeah, here we go. There's the death one using a little fire elf. I've been using my amulet Scarecrow. It has a little bit extra attack, I think maybe 50 or 25 extra, so it gives it a little bit more than the regular Scarecrow, which is fine with me. On a death wizard, basically my thing is to just make the attacks big enough to fill up my health. You can get a little mana back here and some health if you need it going through. Here's some more to fight, and then the last little milk to kick over is over there in the corner. Like I said, I'm not sure exactly how many floors I counted, but I'm pretty sure it was 14, maybe 15, because I lost count, and now that I'm narrating, I can't go back and do more, so we'll just figure over 13, and you'll be pretty much set with that. There's another weakness. You see kind of every different kind of different mob in here. Not really a lot of fire or, well, that's about it. There's about almost all the other schools are in here to fight, so if you need to throw in a couple prisms, you have to, excuse me, because I don't remember when some people get their prisms on different schools and when they get different attacks, so that's why I'm trying to not say use this or use that, because I really don't remember what you get before and what you get after Marleybone. It's been a long time. My wizards have pretty much been grandmasters for a long time, so I'm not sure what you get and when you get it. Right after you spill that last milk is when you go through here and you meet this little hidden boss. If you don't want to fight him and you just want to go through and get done, then you can just leave the milks where they are and he won't be there. You'll just fight these two little fireplace dudes. So he's actually the biggest boss in here. He's got more health than the actual boss at the end. 3,500 is his, and he is fire. He does drop a few different cool kind of things. He's dropped some different gear that people can use. I think he dropped some different fire gear. That's pretty good to go into the next world with. I I'm not certain, but I think he's the one that drops the Seraph pendant, or amulet, whatever you want to call it. He drops a couple different things. I don't know if he drops a pet. I haven't been in here for a while. It was kind of fun. I'm glad somebody requested to see it, because it was kind of fun to just come in here when I was bored one night and kind of go through and just remember going through with all my wizards and helping out friends. It was kind of fun. With no resist, sometimes my health gets a little low here and there, but I'm just glad to be on a Death Wizard. I can just like steal my health right back from them, and there's not really much they can do about it. It takes a little bit longer if you don't have an AoE, so I guess just one at a time is how you'd normally do it. My suggestion would definitely be to restart the instance if you don't go first on the first battle. It makes it go a lot faster. It ends up being easier to just get it done. And especially if you have more than one person with you, you'll have 4 guys hitting you all at the same time. This guy apparently is confused. He thinks he's balanced or something because he's hitting me with weakness. There he just used a black mantle thinking he's cute, but he actually kind of is. I like these big cats that are like flipping this little coin. I like a lot of the mobs that are in Marleybone. They are, especially the cat that looks like Baxter. He's got his little like hooded coat on and stuff. He's kind of cute. I know they have some of these pets running around in the game now, and I just thought they were really cute. I also like those little frogs that push the broom around. They're kind of cute too. I feel bad when I have to beat them because they're just really cute. And yeah, I shouldn't be thinking these mobs are cute, but I guess that's what people do sometimes. So I'm going to get rid of him, and I didn't really need a whole lot to do that, but I'm using this, and I bladed up a little so that I could get my health back before I go up to the last fight. This is the last floor before you actually see the last boss in here. I think his name is pronounced Moriarty or something close to that. Meow, whatever. This beginning part is Meowiarty or something. I don't know. You figure it out. But you see Malistaire right when you come in. He's actually there. He's buddies with the Agony Wraith. My suggestion on this end battle, if you have more than one person, each person I guess could just blade up and take out one at a time. But with these little clockwork wizard guys, they tend to weakness. They also will try to heal people. They'll throw an absorb on here and there too, so I just usually take him out first. I threw a poison on him to get rid of him while I'm getting my other stuff ready for the other guys. The Wraith is not really a big deal. In this battle, it's some kind of little bug. He kind of flies in the air, which is a little weird. So, this is just kind of like a regular fight. One has 1,600 health. This cat has 2,500. So they both have less health than the Crusher cat we just fought. The Crusher cat that we just fought. I want to say he drops something good, and I don't remember. So you have to look it up on 101 Central. Wizard101 Central. And see the kind of stuff that he drops, because I know there is something, because people keep coming back in and wanting to fight him at the Marleybone level, and I'm not sure what it is. I went ahead and shielded just because there wasn't really anything I could use, and I guess it ticks off the bosses a little bit when you shield. He's going to use a little vampire here and get rid of that. I'm not sure what the top highest spell that this cat will use. Since he's a rank 6, he can use up to that level. I'm not sure if I've ever seen him use a Minotaur, but that is a little bit of information if you didn't know that. Whatever the rank they are is up to the highest spell that they can use. So I guess he could use a Minotaur if he got those enough pips. I threw in a couple little fun cards just to make it more interesting, but I'm not getting them. I threw in a Beguile. I thought it would be a little funny to see the Wraith hit the cat a little bit. I also threw in some minions. I was going to bring a minion in and let them have a little fun. But I didn't get any of these cards, and I just wanted to go ahead and finish this fight. So in a second here, I'm going to go ahead and hit this. I'm going to hit this Wraith with my Wraith. My Wraith is a lot better, as you can see. He's going to just completely take him out and be done. Mine wins, he loses, and he's out. Got a little bit of health back, and now basically all I have left is Little Myth Cat here. I kind of like this cat too. Marleybone is just filled with like dogs and cats, and I think it's cute because the next one you have pigs and I don't know what, pigs and cows and different things to fight there. So there's my Beguile. I didn't get to make the Wraith hit the cat, but maybe next time, or maybe that's something you want to do. It kind of is good if you have it at this level, or at some of the levels you have it. If you make the guy's minions hit them, it's kind of funny, and it helps you out a little bit to take a little bit of health. I'm going to go ahead and set up enough of an attack that I can take as much health as I can. I don't need my scarecrows really anymore. I kind of went through here pretty fast. There's my famous fizzle, of course. When I want to try to hit something, I'm always going to fizzle. There's my minion. He didn't get to come out and play either, which would have been a cool minion. I have full power pips right now, but another Wraith is going to take out the cat. It ended up being a critical hit. It was kind of cool. So I got rid of him in one hit, back to full health, and he's gone too. So I can't remember. I think he drops the satire amulet, so that's kind of helpful if you don't have life as one of your secondary schools. However, he did give me a car, so I guess I did okay with that. This is the top of the tower. I really like this. I really like the clock and everything that's up there. This is just kind of a pretty cool, pretty fast little tower. So that is the end. Went pretty fast, so thanks for watching. Hopefully I answered some questions for you. If you have anything else to ask for while I'm not dueling, go ahead and do that. So until next time, duel it up.